Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the area. This is your Manchester United versus Martin Atkinson match reaction with what has been an emotional game. What I will say is, I am angry at the team selection. I am angry in the way that we won, but I'm also happy that we won. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy we got the 3 points because at the end of the day, we all want United to win. But that was pants. The whole game was pants. If it wasn't for the certain few players, as always, as every week when we win a United game, individual FC comes to the rescue. Individual brilliance saves us yet again. Just this time I thought it was from maybe the likes of 3 players today. But we'll get into that. Gentlemen, I've been having heart palpitations, but yeah, how are you guys feeling? Because my heart is still, it's a bit bouncy at the moment.
I'll start by saying that the refereeing in the Premier League is absolutely rubbish. It is horrible. It always has been, and I just don't know why they can't get it. What's so hard about refereeing a freaking football game? Like, refereeing everywhere else is much better in comparison to the Premier League. It is, I don't want to swear, but it is rubbish, the refereeing in the Premier League. And I can't believe some of the decisions today.
I don't know how much you got paid.
And the handball one, like what? Is he supposed to defend like this? Who defends like this? Can they please tell me?
And take a step forward. Take a step forward and just look like this. Just go first.
It's such rubbish.
Yeah.
You need your hands.
I wouldn't even had a problem with that penalty, but the fact that we didn't get our two is unbelievable.
The second one, look, Ronaldo did exaggerate a little, but the first one, that was a penalty. No, so actually not even. The third one he exaggerated. Two of them were penalties. And what is his name again? Martin Atkinson. He was rubbish today. Like, he shouldn't be allowed to
was rubbish as well
for the rest of the season.
Paul didn't even take a second look at that.
At least
How
he went
can
to
you?
look at the replay. He didn't look at the replay. It's
Ronaldo and Zuma especially. Ronaldo's Zuma was 100% wrong. That was 100% a penalty. And there was no look. Not a singular look. And then as soon as it goes the other way, sure, more or less in the middle of the arm, I would say. I would say it's even an argument that's even handball to begin with.
Yeah.
And he looks at it and he gives it. Paul doesn't even take more than a second to look at the penalty.
I'm fucking stressed. I'm on edge.
Refereeing's terrible.
I told you, I don't know what to think. I'm just on edge.
I get what they're trying to do because they want to lessen the amount of ridiculous penalties that they're given in the Premier League. So they don't take it to review. But then they do it for the handball. I think it's a double standard. Exactly. It doesn't make sense in my mind.
It's a complete double standard. So, I feel like refs have actually been told, don't give United penalties for the first few weeks. They got too many last season. Genuinely tough.
Actually, like, you might say that's ridiculous, but I remember there was a point in the Mourinho where his players were diving, and there was like a referee agenda that was being spoken about against Chelsea and Mourinho. And that could be happening because they want to lessen the amount of penalties that United are getting, which it's not our fault. It really isn't. If it's a penalty, it's a penalty. But anyway, let's go to the football. I freaking love David De Gea. I love David De Gea. Like, he can have my kidney.
Debate is over.
He can have my house. He can have my firstborn the day I have one. I freaking love David De Gea. He is the best. I'm not having it. Manuel Neuer, Ter Stegen, Oblak, he is number one. And I was over the moon. And what made it more exciting is that he never saves penalties. Yeah. He never ever does. And I'd resigned to the fact that that was a goal. I was looking away. I was
throwing the
TV. Olive struck again.
I was the pillows. I was throwing the freaking water bottles. I was like, no, I'm not having it. I'm not having it today. I know at the end of the day, if it was a draw, we deserved the draw because we didn't play anywhere to our standard. But not like this. Not like that. Please, not like that. So David De Gea.
And like, David Moyes, that was a bad call. It was a really bad call to bring off someone off the bench to take a penalty. Even if he's your best penalty taker, you don't do that. And it was a good penalty save from David De Gea. So I was really happy about that. 2, Jesse Lingard's good enough. I'm not having it. He is good enough. He's good enough to be at this club. And that was a phenomenal strike. When we need him, individual brilliance. But, he fits at United clearly under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because Ole wants individual brilliance. And that was a wonder strike. That won us the goal. I respect him not celebrating. And Jay Lings, what more can I say? But that's the positive. Now that's out of the way. I will be stunned if we win the league under this manager, because we just don't look like champions. We do not look good enough, and
yeah, if we got points today, I think it's Liverpool and Chelsea's league. I think for sure.
Yeah. Today we just saw that we're really good players, and it's what we've been saying anyway. Yeah. But I think the underlying point today is that we can't build up attacking pressure and keep it over a consistent period. We just can't.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of different things that happened today, and you can say if you put them all together, you've the perfect fit. But it was just very segmented. It was just never the complete package from minute one to the end. I think at the beginning there was an intention to be for more forward passes. I saw that. There was an intention for better interplay. But then we lacked tempo. We were just so slow on the ball. And I think we were static. Our players weren't really moving around a lot. And as soon as we conceded and we started making overlapping runs, we started increasing the tempo. For that 5 minutes, West Ham couldn't manage with it. We were just all over them. And to me, it was like, Ole, do you see what happens? Do you see the strength of this club? Just attack, and we will win games. We will score goals. We won't have to be going to the last freaking minute and it's 1-1. And I thought, okay, logically, a logical person is going to come back in the second half and say, let's just do more of that. Nope, we didn't do that.
It got worse in the second half.
So,
yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
I think at first half we all thought, there's improvement. But second half,
yeah.
fell off a cliff.
Yeah. With more shots, more on target, which is great to see. But still, at the end of the day, we're still not getting behind the final line enough. We're still not creating enough chances for Cristiano Ronaldo. There was a whole period, I think, in the second half, around from 65th towards around the 80th, where it just seemed like side.
Playing left back. That's my goat. Do you know my goat can play centre back and do a bicycle clearance out the box? That's my goat there. That's my goat.
But he was never getting the ball. Like, we all know, create one chance for Ronaldo who gets your goal. We're just not crossing it. We're just not getting it to him. And he's clearly decent at hold up because he was dropping even too deep at times. But
I told you, he's playing centre back and left back at the moment.
It's just proof that we are just not getting enough balls to him, and he feels like he has to come deep and make something happen. Which has worked under Martial in the past, but then. We shouldn't have that problem. We really shouldn't. And then there was times where it was too stretched. We couldn't hold the ball. It was too back and forth. So it's never a complete package under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and that's the problem. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer I guess, is a good manager in the sense that he got a second. He's built the squad, but it is abundantly clear that he is not good enough to do what we want. And I just don't know what more needs to happen.
Nothing, because if he does this the whole season, he stays in the job, and this team is good enough. We said this in the preview. This team is good enough to win a game by themselves, and they did that today. They did that. That was all because of, for me, 3 players today. 3 players turned up, and we won that game today. So, yeah, but yeah, Clay, today's game.
Yeah, I think it's just same story, different day. Constantly the same issues under Ali. And it's clear to see to anybody who bothers analysing them. If you look anything deeper than results, Ali's a shit manager. It's as simple as that. This man has got a star-studded lineup. He's got so much money. We've genuinely rivaled City's spending under Ali. That's a ridiculous statement to make. But we have, and what have we got to prove for it? We've got a manager who didn't challenge for the title, didn't challenge seriously in any serious competition besides the Europa League. And yeah, it's terrible. It's just individual Brilliance FC. I think we all know that statement way too well at this point. And the Ronaldo thing's getting to me a little bit because it's just the tactical ineptitude from a manager who doesn't know how to use a striker. Because Martial isn't your average striker. Not many people in the world do the job. He's the same as Firmino. Lots of people would go, not many people can do the job that Firmino does. This is the same story about Martial, what he offered to this team. But instead, he actually got goals and assists when he did it. This is Cristiano Ronaldo, a goal scorer through and through. He's not supposed to be dropping deep to accommodate Bruno going to the half spaces in the defense. Bruno should not be playing striker. And he did in the second half, and that's when we dropped off. I'm very much starting to see the correlation here. Bruno's link-up play is so necessary for this team to tick. And we keep on pushing him more and more forward and asking Ronaldo to do the dirty work, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, because Ronaldo won't have it, fam. That's why he does it, though. Ronaldo's not having it. He's like, nah, this team's not serious. I need to do everything. And that's just how he does. That's just how Ronaldo is.
Yeah.
If he knows that things are not working, he will make it upon himself to try to fix it, even if it's not the best. He's not the best CDM. I tell you what, he's our best CDM. He's not our best defender. Yeah. I tell you what, though, he's our best defender. He's just... He gives everything. So that's just Ronaldo. We're not helping.
I purely think that's on the tactics. I really do. I think Ali straight up just went West Ham are putting on the pressure, keep the lead. Or even just before then, it was just West Ham really attacking really well and putting a lot of threats in the second half, especially after we got the goal. It was ridiculous how close everything was at stages. And see Ronaldo having to do a bicycle on the edge of the box. Ronaldo should never ever be on the edge of your own box.
I was laughing when you did that. I was just laughing. But yeah.
Oh no, that was a joke.
Never a game goes by where United doesn't give us heart attacks, where Oli doesn't depress us, but the quality of players get us over the line. So,
exactly.
Yeah, same old story, but we'll naturally speak about more when we go into the player rating. So let's go into the player rating, starting off with the debate's over. He's number one. He's back. He's been back since game week 1. I don't care about Dino. Oli hasn't backed to have the hair publicly saying that he's the number one. I tell you what, Oli, if that after today is not number one, you should get fired alone. You should already be fired. That you should be fired alone for that. And I think you will get pelters if you drop David De Gea for Dean Henderson, because there's no denying it. This man is back. He's been on form this whole season, and he's adapted his game. He's distributing the ball quickly. He's coming off the line. He's making penalty saves. For me, David De Gea is the man of the match without a doubt. Picture perfect. Won us the game. Yeah, Big Dave. 10 out of 10. Man of the match.
Yeah, no, I noticed the distribution thing as well. It wasn't a one-off last week. It seems like he actually tries to do it more often. And it's going to be great for us, really. And overall, the game was decent. But then the save just tops anything that happened in the game today.
It's like a hat-trick for a goalkeeper.
Yeah. So I don't see how I cannot give him a 10 at man of the match.
Yeah.
He's the reason we won this game.
Well, besides Martin Atkinson being an absolute twat.
Yes.
That would very much stepped up and just...
Ronaldo could have been a hat-trick today.
Definitely. A hat-trick of penalties at the stretches.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think David looked at his FIFA rating and went, this is disgusting. FIFA have done me dirty. And I'm going to show the world that I'm one of the best goalkeepers in the world. This is disgusting. And he's just shown it this season. He's shown a lot of consistency, and I really respect it. He's bounced back. Yeah, it's a 10. I don't think I can go lower than that. Definitely man of the match.
Yeah. What David De Gea, there's only one thing I can say about David. It's just I'm so happy for him. The Europa League final when it happened, none of us three blamed De Gea on what happened. We were like, it was just very unfortunate that De Gea was the one that felt it was so there. But it wasn't De Gea's fault we lost that final. And I think, De Gea, to come and return like this after the whole situation he's had, with Dino coming in, trying to take his spot, with the media attacking him, his child being born, who knows how that affects his personal life. But this man deserves all the praise. He deserves all the love. I know goalkeepers don't get it often because it's not the fashionable thing to do, But that is equivalent to a hat-trick today. That is equivalent to Ronaldo scoring a hat-trick today. And there, I wish you all the happiness in your life, because you deserve it. You've been on fire. I think you've been slated. You've been mistreated. But now, give him the love. If you hated Gea, if you had an agenda against him, you got to shut up now, because he deserves some praise. He deserves some respect. This man he's turned up this season. He's turned up. And the next time he makes a mistake, don't go and kill him, because he's done more than enough now this season already to making up for one mistake. So it is what it is. There, keep it up. Are you back? You back? You back? You winning us games? You back for sure. So 10 out of 10. Got no problems with that. I have a problem. Yeah, this man I love. Luke Shaw I love. He's playing with all the confidence in the world. Very sloppy today. Defensively, liability. Going forward, he didn't do anything. It was just very, I don't know, like lackluster. There wasn't any end product on what he was doing today. So I don't know what it is with Luke Shaw. However, you can see he doesn't care. He honestly looks like he's playing like he knows he's the best left back in the world at the moment. I just think he needs, more of a slap, a shout, just to say, listen, you deserve the credit, you deserve the praise, but just make sure you keep on doing it. I'm not saying you're playing horribly bad or whatever, but it hasn't been as what it was last season. So for me, Luke Shaw, the handball, it's very unfortunate. That's all I can say. It's very unfortunate. I don't blame him. The goal West Ham scored today, no one's at fault for that really, besides the midfielders not closing Benrahma down. If we didn't win today, I won't lie to you, I would probably give him like a 5. But because we won today, I'm going to give him a 6. No, I'm not. I'm giving him a 5.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think most of the backline today was a bit sloppy. And why is it taking all the corners? Like, it was annoying me today. Like, it's just not working. And, like, he keeps taking them. Why is Bruno not taking one, So that annoyed me a little as well. I don't know if that's a directive from the coach, because Bruno used to take it from me. But today...
Sorry to cut you off, but I was also thinking today, if we get a corner wrong, it's late for us. The reason why the whole match thing happened last time, when there was no defenders, is because Maguire's up there, Varane's up there, Luke Shaw's taking the corners, who knows where Aaron Wan-Bissaka is. We've got no one back. We actually got no one back if that corner goes badly. So, yeah, I just noticed that.
I feel like with the hype we have, when there's a corner, people should feel the fear. They should be scared of us, the players coming up to receive the corner. And we should be scoring a lot more goals. We should be taking advantage of it. But we don't. Like, we're so bad at corners. And we've always been at this club. I don't know why. For the longest time, we've had height, but we've never been able to use it when it comes to corners. And don't even get me started with Maguire when it comes to corners. So we'll get there now. But, yeah, no, I'll agree with your 5.
Yeah, I'll say this right now for the corners. Ever since the day Bruno scored a screamer when Shaw took a corner, Shaw has never, ever relinquished corner duties again.
Yep.
That's the sole reason.
Yeah,
Bruno scored one screamer from a corner, and he's not on corner duties anymore. And I'm beyond pissed off because Bruno's a much better crosser than Shaw. I still think Shaw's a good crosser.
One side. Like, if it's from the left side, let Shaw take it, it's fine. But from the right side, nah, guys, we need to
but right as well, it's too much.
It's too much.
But it should be like free kicks, Like, you get your turn, you've taken 2, they've been crap. Let me take a shot, Yeah. I think it should be like that.
But
I just think that the corners were definitely not working today. Our set pieces were very lackluster. I felt Shaw could never pick out his man whenever he tried to actually go for something. And whenever he was trying to pick out his man, it felt like he aimed for Ronaldo a whole one time and then Maguire at every other corner. And Maguire got nowhere near the ball every single time. And he kept on doing it and kept on doing. Which is very frustrating because I feel as a corner taker, you need to look for the best option in the box. But I know there's not always the best option, but if you're constantly aiming at one guy, you're just going to get the biggest guy man-marking him, and then your tactic's done, which is what happened. There was no use to it, and there's just no sting on those corners in all honesty as well. But
I feel like
besides the corners,
Ronaldo's been here for 3 games, and I haven't really seen him get a really good chance from crosses, which...
I've only seen Ronaldo do his famous leap once, and that was today, and he whiffed the ball completely because they weren't aiming for him. For some reason. I don't understand it.
I think it comes down to fluidity. I just don't think we flow enough when it comes to...
Yeah, there's no fluidity in this team. I can 100% say that, but I think we can say for Ali a little more. But I think for Shaw specifically today, I actually felt I have seen an improvement because I've been very harsh on Shaw. I think he's had a really bad start to the season. I thought he's been lackluster throughout the start of the campaign. But today he looked a little bit better. I think he really did have that confidence that you're talking about. And again, it's the same issues, but I think he was a lot more positionally aware today. He wasn't caught out nearly as much. But I do think he was holding Harry's hand quite a lot today, which is the only downside that I really saw, which is something we wanted to change, and we changed on Aaron's side, we haven't quite changed on Shaw's side. So for every reason, Shaw's winning headers and Maguire is just standing in front of him looking like a lost deer, and it's ridiculous. But I do think Shaw looked a little bit better, a little bit more confident, so I will say he was average today. I'll give him a 6.
Now, Harry. I didn't even write Maguire. I don't know if you noticed, because we got Harry. No Bez, no Barry. Oh, he stunk. It up today. This man is the captain of Manchester United. he has to thank Rafael Varane today because he saved his ass from being an embarrassment to this football club because he had a major stinker and howler at the back today, giving the ball away in our box right by the goals. He's asking for trouble. As for the heading, he wins a lot of headers, but he can't do anything with it. It's just like a first touch and then it's over. Just give the ball to West Ham. You might as well just head the ball to a West Ham player. Honestly, my boy Maguire. Other than that, you're a liability at the back today. You're generally a liability at the back today. And I think Clay would say it as well, because, like I said, Lucho had to do quite a lot of defensive work. I think when you have a really good defender now in your team, you actually realize how not world class Maguire is. He is nowhere near the standard of Rafael Varane. Varane is so good, he can defend one person. He shouldn't, but he is defending one person. So, Maguire, I'm not going to be generous. That you could have let it go. You could have let it go. I'm giving you a 4. I'm not having. That was pants.
I think you're being nice with that 4. I was rubbish today. First, it was that back pass he made, which was horrendous. And in the corners, he always gets the first contact, like always. But then it goes nowhere, and I just don't get it. Like, he does know you have to aim for the goals. You don't just close your eyes, run in, and just hit the ball.
But
that's
he
enough.
scores for England. Why does England have Barry Maguire and then we get this one? I don't understand.
And if it was just that, I'd give him a 4. But then in the last 20 minutes or so, this guy is just passing the ball out. Like, he gets the ball, he passes it out. We're trying to pull up, Maguire, they passes the ball out. It was frustrating me, so I'm going to give him a 1. I'm not having it today.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you guys said enough. I'm just going to agree. I think it was terrible from Harry. I'll give it the 4.
Pence. He's Pence today. However, he's been exposed because we have an absolute gem, a Rolls Royce, first top tier champagne, freaking the best defender in the league. This man, he wins everything. He's everywhere. He wins all the balls. His passing is phenomenal. I don't know who Lindelof is anymore. Who's Lindelof with the passing? Fucking Varane is insane. He's on another level. This man, he doesn't have any defenders around him. He's got no help. He doesn't have a centre back partner. He doesn't have full back partners. He defends one man. He saved us a goal today. I just love him. I freaking love Champions League Varane. And gets a 9.
When did he save us a goal?
9. The one
a 9?
Yeah, giving him a 9. Giving Varane a 9. Absolutely flawless.
It was a super low standard.
I would have given him a 10 if it wasn't for the deflection. He would have gotten a 10 for me today.
I don't know about that. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you. Without Varane today, we're losing this game today.
I know it's not completely his fault because our pressing should have been much better, and that's always been a problem. Don't know why we don't press. So, yeah, I know it's not completely his fault, but then it was a massive deflection, and he had to take blame for it. And on top of that, I just feel like it was a mixed bag. There was moments where he was really good, the tackling was good, and there was moments where it seemed like he just missed it by a few seconds. His head is not on. So I just thought it was a mixed game today, and I'm going to give him a 5.
I didn't see him misplace one header. I didn't see him give anyone runs. I didn't see... This man saved us a goal. He fucking saved us a goal today. I know his deflection went in, but he saved us a goal. So, I don't know, 5. I feel like that's being ridiculous. Honestly. I
just thought it looked sloppy from time to time. Not as bad as Maguire, but I did think it was
I feel like that's United text there, I won't lie. I feel like that's a United text.
A little bit. I can't say how wrong I was about Varane right now. That's all I have to say. I'm glad he's been this consistent because he's actually a demon. He really is. Defensively, he was fantastic today. I'm fully on your boat, Shoni. Not quite 9 level, but I thought he was really good. By far best defender. He very much defended solo. Harry
not much
very
competition.
Much
It's not,
but considering Harry was the best defender in the world last season, we had to get with those standards. This is something else. And he's been very consistent so far, so I'm very glad of that. Because there's no doubt about what he can do when he's on his day. I'm just glad that he's starting to do it a lot more consistently. I'm glad that he is doing it consistently. So yeah, I think it was a 7-worthy performance. It was very good. It was solid. And again, defended one man for a lot of these things, and was the sole reason we stayed in the game, especially when Maguire's ball went. Whoop. So yeah,
That was
big
going into the top corner. That was going into the top corner. I thought it was Wan-Bissaka initially. I was about to lose my mind, but it was actually Varane. So yeah, I cannot believe we got this man. I actually feel sorry for him though, because I won't lie, he looks like he's stressed. I don't think Varane has had to defend this hard ever in his life. He's like, oh my word, what's going on, guys? You know, usually I have Ramos to share, 50. He knocks down the left side, I'll knock down the right side. Now he's doing everything. Now he's literally having to do everything.
Yeah.
The thing
Harry's nowhere. Harry's actually
he takes no responsibility. I can't tell you where Maguire is in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's on the halfway line, or if he's in our box, or if he's left back, he's striker, CDM, who knows where he is.
Maguire always took zero responsibility, and that's why a lot of people didn't like Lindelof, because he's not Varane. He's not going to sweep everything. And I just can't deal with Harry. And sorry, Military did cut you off very quickly.
Yeah, and I was saying the Premier League is naturally very quick, so you are going to have to be on your toes more. But United makes it even worse because of how we play. We put so much pressure on our centre back.
We defend like we're defending for our lives every time. That's how it looks. We look like we're defending for our lives every time the opposition has the ball.
I feel like the most basic thing about being a big team is understanding that footballs are fluid. Tactics are very fluid, What you do in other sections of the pitch will affect other sections. It's like Ola doesn't get that for some odd reason, You can't just think that you can put 10 men behind the ball and that's going to get you through. No, you invite in pressure if you do that, If your midfield is good and holding the ball, the defense has less pressure on it, If your attackers are good, it's putting less pressure on the defense. If they're retaining the ball better. And Ola needs to get that quickly because that's the problem.
Well, I don't think Ollie's.
3 years.
I don't think Ollie's worried about anything in his life. But he knows he can shithouse wins, and that's okay to stay in the game, For him, it's okay. You know how badly he has to go wrong today. And today I thought, his luck ran out. And then evidently, his luck never runs out. I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it. He's not good enough to win us trophies, even with this team. I'll say it till now, but he's good enough to stay at the job to keep the owners happy, and to keep top Reds happy. I don't think they even care about winning. To be honest, I don't think they look like they care about winning Premier League, Champions League, because you are not serious if you think we're going to win into this manager. You are not serious. So it is what it is. With all due respect to top Reds, There's probably some of you who have a brain cell up to, It is what it is. Moving onwards, this man. Also, I must give praise to the Wan-Bissaka. He's been getting a lot of slate. I said he was disrespected in the match preview. I actually thought Wan-Bissaka today played very well. For me, I was just thinking about it in the preview. We were saying why he doesn't look so good going forward, and we're saying it looks like he's always overthinking, he's overcomplicating it today. Today I thought it was opposite. It almost looked like he was just playing naturally and just not thinking about it too much. His decision making looked on point today in terms of going forward. I thought he could have had more crosses into the box, but he was definitely, when he had it, he made more use of it than Luke Shaw today. Defensively, he was always solid. That the penalty shot for me wasn't a pen. It was never a pen. And if that happened, I would feel the worst for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But it is what it is. I'm happy with Aaron today. I'm happy. It wasn't at fault for the goal, so I'm gonna give Wan-Bissaka a 7.
Did he make the goal-saving tackle?
No, that was Varane. So the one that you thought was Wan-Bissaka was actually Varane.
Yeah, I thought that was Wan-Bissaka actually. And that makes sense because it's Wan-Bissaka's MO.
No, don't get me wrong. If Varane wasn't there, Wan-Bissaka would have got it because they were both right there by the ball. So.
Yeah, he was right.
Nah,
honestly,
mate.
I thought.
Nah, mate. Nah. I'm not having this. He's alright. Nah. I'm not having this.
I think defensively.
What more do you want? You want him to score? He had a shot. It got saved. He put it across. It didn't go anywhere. Compared to Luke Shaw. What did you give Luke Shaw? You gave Luke Shaw a 6. Oh, okay. I'll let you finish. You gave Luke Shaw a 6. Okay.
I gave Shaw a 6. You gave a 5. Wrong one. Wrong order.
Oh, sorry. Gave him a 5.
Yeah, no. I think defensively, 9 times out of 10, he's always good. And I think that was that today. What you're saying going forward, I just didn't see, to be honest. I just thought it was a normal Saka performance.
I'm going to go on my phone. I'm going to send you clips. I'm going to even rewind the games in moments. I don't know what more this guy
There was a regular Wan-Bissaka performance across here and there, to be honest. But I'm going to go with the 6.5.
No. Give you a rating. I feel like I'm peer pressuring you. Give you a rating. What's your actual rating?
No, 6.5.
No. I'm not having having it. What is your actual rating? There's no ways you're criticizing. We're giving him a 6.5.
It is 6.5.
Nah.
It is 6.5 for the defensive work.
Okay, fine. Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, I think Aaron was alright today. I think he tried to put a bit more skill going forward. I definitely saw that a little bit. Saw him try to do those little turns. Saw him try to do a little bit of those Ronaldo kick over, whatever the hell they're called right now. I can't think of the word.
Chop.
Exactly. He very much just took some inspiration from the training ground from the past game, and he tried to be a little bit more creative. I could see that he was trying a bit more going forward. And again, I think the fullbacks really improved a little bit from the last few games. I think they had a better idea of their positional sense. I don't know if it's just a once-off or what, but they just looked a bit more competent and in the right space at the right time, versus left for dead completely for run. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to push it up. I think it's just a 6.
Okay.
It could have been much worse, but Aaron was alright.
Okay. I'm gonna go rewatch that game. I'm gonna send you guys the video clips.
That's right.
I feel like this man's getting disrespected. Can't lie to you. I feel like he's getting disrespected. I'm not saying he had an amazing game, but he's way better than Luke Shaw today. That's for sure. I think 6, for me is average, and he wasn't average for me today. He was better than average. So yeah, and I don't do halves obviously, so it is what it is. But anyways, it's all about opinion, But I feel like Maloto, in his head, in his heart, he knows he wants to give Aaron a 5. Got peer pressured, I'll have it. But, we move on anyways. Boys, they're back. They're back a lot sooner than I thought. I thought at least one more week I won't see them. But no, McTominay straight back into the team. Who knows if he's fully fit? He got blasted in his head today. They won the game, so this is Ollie's midfield. This is without his doubt his midfield.
Yeah.
And they are shocking. Fred, I prefer not to speak. It was at a point where I was actually thinking, I was sitting there and I'm like, I'm actually praising Fred for passing forward. I'm praising him for passing forward. Why am I doing this? I was like, should I give Fred a 17? I was like, nah. He passed forward in the first half. Then second half, he stunk it up. He couldn't tackle. He couldn't win the ball. He couldn't pass. I'm like, what? What are you guys doing? Ronaldo has to come in the midfield. I'm like, no, guys, no. What are we doing? And then Scott McTominay, he was alright, Is okay. I'm not gonna start praising McTominay because he's better than Fred, but he's okay, He's a lot better with the fans in the ground, but he's still pants. Both of them are awful. It's actually shocking. It's so bad. And I'm tired. I'm so tired of it because it's cowardly, it's shit. It's the reason we play shit football. Like I've always said, Ollie, you don't have to yourself. If you rely on individual brilliance, just play your best players and hope. But this is pants. It's pants. I'm giving Fred a 1 and I'll give Scott a 5. It's horrible. Fuck, I'm so tired of them.
Like, it's getting to a point where, like, when we're playing Lingard in the 10, before Bruno came, and we all could see he's rubbish, but Ole just kept playing him for some odd reason. It is so obvious that these two aren't good enough, and I just don't get what Donny van der Beek needs to do. Donny van der Beek is 10 times the player Fred is. Oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. Scott, I'll start with him. He was a little better, as you say. I think, he was involved with he made some forward passes. There was a nice pass to Ronaldo.
That pass was, I seen the light in that pass. That was like, well done. But like, I was standing.
And after West Ham scored, after West Ham scored, he started making some overlapping runs here and there. So I guess it was decent from Scott today. So I'll agree. I'm gonna give him 5.5. I'll be a little nice.
I think 6.
And Fred was shocking today, as always. Like what I see in Fred now is what I see him.
He's actually the curse for this team. You notice how we won the game when Fred went off. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. This man is a curse to United. He can't play. He mustn't play.
Like on the ball, he looked a little better today, and that's because of how West Ham were pressing. They were still pressing, but they're very smart about it. They weren't like all out, very high, like a Wolves did to us a few weeks ago. So then he could retain the ball, but even that retention is just side, nothing really productive. And then like once in a while he hit a forward pass, and off the ball, oh my gosh, he was shocking. He can't tackle to save his life. He's losing every battle. he gets tied to a player. You know that the player's gonna have some trickery.
Yeah.
Gone.
He just
Fred's
gets
there,
turned.
chasing after him.
He just gets spun left, right, and center.
It's so bad. And like Donny played for a few minutes in the Champions League, and he was much better tackler. He's much better when he gets tied to players. He wins battles, but Ole still thinks Fred is better. Fred is just tenacious. He can just be all over the place, but that's it. He just runs there and does nothing, and just runs to another destination, does nothing, and like that doesn't really help with anything. So yeah, I'm fed up with this player. 0.
Even the baby in the background's freaking fed up with Fred.
Exactly.
The baby in the background's fed up with Fred. Clay could probably turn Fred with that medicine ball behind him. You know, so hey. But yeah, Clay.
You kind of opened my eyes a little bit because I had my Fred glasses on. I was very much... No. Listen. I'm not gonna say Fred was brilliant today. I'm not gonna say anything. I was gonna say Fred was better than the last game.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was gonna give him a 6, and then you went that Fred was still shit, and the passing just forward. That was it. So yes, you took off the Fred goggles.
Because I had it on also. I was like, today I'm gonna go on the show. I'm actually gonna give credit where credit's due because Fred passed forward there, and I was like, no.
Yes, as soon as you said that, like, wait, we're praising him for basic footballing right now.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Fred, he's just a liability in general. I do think he was better today than other games. I'll say that again, but he's by no means good enough for the squad in general. And yeah, I think I'll just throw out a 4 immediately.
Looks like lottery numbers, yeah.
Like if Fred could actually tackle, he'd be
He
good.
used to though. Remember when we used to give Fred 7s, 8s? We're like, this guy. We compare. Okay, I don't know if we did, but people compared him to Kante. It was like Pastor Fred, and now I don't know what's happened.
Pastor is really consistent.
What it was there, it was like I felt like it was one game 7 and then a 5. And then another game an 8 and then a 4. That's what I felt for Fred back then.
Like,
now it's just always
bad.
bad.
If we had to choose one person to hold, I was always like, I'm choosing Fred over Scott. Now I won't even think about it. Now like Scott
was
is way better.
I swear there was little murmurs, not much, but there was little murmurs about maybe considering him for player of the season with Martial on it. So yeah, he's dropped off. He was overachieving clearly.
Clearly,
yeah.
But yeah.
And in comparison with his midfield pivot, Scott actually looked really good coming back from injury. I thought in the first half he was just nowhere, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see him for a good 20 minutes. I didn't see him touch the ball at all. And he was just running and running and running and running.
It's Fred Tax when Pogba's there also, same thing. I'm tired of Fred is there. He's a curse. It's red links everywhere.
I would never understand how Fred is actually playing DM with Scott though. That's the difference. Fred was so reserved when Scott was playing. Scott was bombing forward whenever he could. Fred was actually holding his line. Why does he not do that with Pogba? I really need to understand this dynamic. Because I can't. It's a very annoying thing.
I think it's a defensive liability when it comes to Pogba.
Yeah.
That's why you need to play one.
That's what we're doing today for the first half when we looked at our best, I would say. When we looked at our best today, it was when Scott was going forward and actually getting some of the ball, and he was putting some really good passes. His driving with the ball is always really good. That's just something Scott's really good at. And Fred just sits. That's all he needs to do. He needs to sit and he needs to use his energy to just patrol the backline. Because that's what he did for a lot of the stages in the first half. Which is why I was like, this is a much better Fred performance. He's doing the bare necessity of what his role should be. So yeah, I think Scott was far, far better pivot. If you're comparing the two, it's not even close anymore. There used to be a point, but Scott's just miles ahead at this point. And yeah, I think Scott had a solid game from injury. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, he's a good player hiding there. And I've been very critical of Scott in the past, but then I think there's something in there. And I think he's just the wrong manager at the moment, because I feel like if you just unleash him, you tell him to be more attacking, you tell him to make those runs, he can do that, and he's very strong on the ball, in that sense he can retain the ball.
Scott with fans is a whole different beast. Scott without fans, I would never have him near my team. So
I think you put a Declan Rice next to Scott. I think it's a combination that could work.
I don't want to see it, but it will work.
Yeah, I would rather see Donny, but hey, Scott definitely a solid second.
I know, Donny, yeah.
I'm okay with Scott.
Donny.
I'm okay.
Donny's a different class.
So bad. It can't get any worse. Let's play Donny CDM. It can't get any worse. It just
When
I don't
Ollie
know.
is constantly prioritizing Scott to stay defensive, that's when we see our worst Scott.
Yeah.
That is by far the worst Scott McTominay, because he actually just gets run over when he has to do that.
Yeah.
Going forward, he's definitely a much better player. But yeah, and we saw that today. I think he had like 2 really good passes, and I thought his energy was great. So I think I'm going to stick with a 6. It was a solid performance from
Yeah,
Scott.
I wouldn't argue with the 6 for
Great
Scott.
debut.
Yeah,
Coming
it
back.
is, but like I said, I'm just depressed at this point, so it is what it is. Aye, he got dropped today, I won't lie. Bruno Fernandes should have had an assist. That was an assist. I'm gonna count it
He
as
was
an
wrong.
assist. Yep. The goal, oof.
Was not a fantasy assist.
No, I know, right? It wasn't a fantasy assist, but the Bruno fucking shot, that was a fantasy assist. But you know, it is what it is. I'm counting it as an assist in my head. You know what, Bruno was very weird. I just thought towards the end he dropped off big time, but for 60 minutes he was Bruno. He was good. He did what a captain's supposed to do. He's the most creative. He understands Ronaldo the best out of everyone in this team so far. I'm not saying he won't get any better, but he definitely clicks with Ronaldo, obviously, because he's played with Ronaldo more than anyone else has. That's, like I said, very unlucky not to get that goal. Fabianski must get applause today because, to be honest, he did keep out a few good saves today. He did pull out a good few saves. But in terms of Bruno, he was. I was gonna give him a strong 8, but second half he just dropped off too much for me, so I'm just gonna give him the 7. But other than that, just tidy from Bruno. I think Bruno, don't slate him because he didn't get his goal or his assist today, but he did get an assist too. So.
Yeah, no, overrated play well, as you say. And Bruno's the type of player that you kind of just have to say, okay, do your thing. We won't be too harsh when it comes to ratings because there'll be players in the game where he does some funny things. Where he just turns, doesn't even look, he just crosses,
Yeah, but
and it
that's
just
what
goes
Bruno's
nowhere.
supposed to do,
Or
you
he-
know?
There's not one shot where I think he was on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
And there was no way he was scoring that.
I remember the camera was like on Bruno though. It was just on Bruno. They didn't want to show the ball, and I was like, "Whoa." And I was like, you know, let's just pretend it was a cross, you know.
Yeah, but there was those moments. But overall, I think, and more in the first half, as you said, I think he was really on it, and he was unlucky when he hit the post. So, yeah, I'm gonna go agree with the 7. Maybe we're being a little nice, but I'm gonna agree with the 7.
I don't think so. I think we're being more like. I think this is fair, to be honest. I think it's fair. It's just because.
I think someone
Bruno is
else might
Bruno.
argue 6.5 or something.
Yeah, maybe, but like it's Bruno, you know, like he's just so good that even when he does like this, you're like, he should have had 3 goals today, you know, something like that. He should have scored, you know, something weird like that.
Yeah. I think for Bruno today it is very much the story of 2 halves, yeah. Because I thought he actually played the playmaker role very well in the first half, and the second half he was just playing the shadow striker role again, and he was just not involved anymore, and he just fell off a cliff. And it's as simple as that. Play Bruno in his best position, in his best role. I don't know why you're forcing the striker thing when you have CR7 ahead of you. That is ridiculous. This guy scored 3 goals in 3 games, and you're still trying to push Bruno forward.
Out of nowhere.
Why do you not trade for him?
Oh, man,
Yeah,
Ronaldo's finished.
it's so stupid. I can't understand it. I want to see Bruno play in his free 10 role where he's thinking of play down both the wings. But he was doing for the entirety of the first half. He's creating some chances, even creating chances for the chances to be created. That's what Bruno was doing today as well. He was very tidy, but again, I think the second half just kind of balances out. Otherwise, I would probably agree with the 7, but I'm going to be a little bit harsh because I think that role just isn't the best for him. He is a great goal scorer. We all know that he can score plenty of goals when he's in that position.
Today, you know?
But Ollie or Bruno or whoever the hell is telling him to go forward and play this way is really hindering Bruno in his output right now. So I want to say it's a 6 because it's very poor second half when he had to play that way.
He's playing Audi Thatcher.
This tactical team is just.
It's Arita. Yes.
It's simple as that.
It
I'm
is.
confused.
Sorry, Tex. Yeah. Pogba is also. I feel like Pogba until he got kicked on his ankle. I thought he was quite dictating our play actually, and then after he got kicked, he didn't get the ball enough, to be honest. Because when he did, he was driving well. Some of the switch of plays, Pogba's long balls, he's the best in the world when it comes to the long ball. There is no one better. So that is expected, that's granted from Paul Pogba. Other than that, it was quiet. Do I like Paul Pogba on the left? Yes, I do. Do I think he was better than when we played in the pivot with Fred? Yes. But I think Paul Pogba is the guy we hold in high standards, and obviously this man's got 7 assists in the last few Premier League games, so it is what it is. I don't think it was too bad. Don't think it was too good for me today from Paul Pogba, so I'll give Pogba a 6. There was a 7 for me.
I just want to take a moment to mention
in the ankle.
to recognize how much the squad has gotten so much better. I feel like there's a point where, we were nothing without Paul Pogba. And today I was okay with Pogba coming off.
Yeah, I think
in the past I wouldn't have been okay with it.
Yeah.
I was like,
We don't need Paul Pogba playing
Come on.
games,
Ronaldo, Bruno playing, so that's great. But did this guy really play left wing?
Nah.
Because I didn't really see
Nah,
really play
he
from
didn't
him.
really play.
I swear for like 70% of the game was in the
Pogba knows.
midfield.
It's because Pogba's so intelligent that when he sees McFred, like Ronaldo also, they're like, nah, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. I'm coming in. And everyone just squished together. So Ollie Tex is unreal.
I've seen long balls from time to
this
time.
Ollie
I was
Tex.
like, how did he get there? Like, are you playing left wing? What's going on, And we did lack width a little bit because of that.
The whole game,
But I'm
I
not
think
gonna
even
blame him
after
too
the
much.
subs came on, we lacked with. It was too narrow. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. So, it was below par compared to what he's been in the last few games. I'm going to give him a 5.5.
Yeah, I think Pogba definitely had moments in this game where he looked himself, where he was dictating play pretty well. There's a moment where he beat like 2 men with a small little dribble and he just made a lot of space. There's a clear counter attack. It didn't perform into anything, but Pogba definitely showed a bit more of his class today than I feel I've seen for this entire season so far, despite him not getting numbers. I thought he did put in a half-decent performance, but I do feel Pogba is very inconsistent throughout the game. Maybe that ankle tap really did affect him, but I think it balances out to an average performance, so I'll agree with the 6. Because once I really did see the best of both worlds from Pogba, but he was not playing left wing. That is for damn sure today. This man was playing central for like good 60 minutes today at least. It was ridiculous. This man was occupying the Fred half space at times. I did not know what was happening. It was like we're trying to play a diamond, but it was a very forced diamond and very uncomfortable diamond. But I didn't even really see it, if I'm being honest, because Mason was out wide the entire time, and then it was just the left side vacated. So I'm not sure how to quantify the tactical idiot.
It's just Ollie Tex.
Yeah,
That's okay.
That's Ollie Tex. That's Ollie Tex. Yeah, that's Ollie.
And plus, the other thing is, this is not a long-term solution, because we know as soon as Rashford's fit again, he's playing left wing. And I'm very worried.
I'm gonna
get to it now. Yeah, I'm gonna get to it now. When Lingard and Sancho came on, Sancho still didn't go right wing. He still stayed left wing. So
Sancho was right for a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Just for a little bit.
With Sancho playing on the left sometimes, and Pogba on the left sometimes in the midfield, I'm convinced Ole has no idea what he's going to do when Rashford comes. He has no idea. He's just going to figure it out as we are. And that's scary.
Fine, he's going to bench Ronaldo. He's going to be so confused he's going to bench Ronaldo.
I think Ronaldo will bench Oli before that happens.
I hope. Please bench him. I'm not begging Ronaldo.
Like Michael Owen made a point on the show. He was like, he doesn't want Ronaldo coaching on the sidelines. He might as well just keep him on the pitch.
Yeah, just keep him on the pitch. So, Ronaldo will do that. Ronaldo will do that. So yeah, it is. And we'll get to Ronaldo now, because honestly, as much as I'm a Manchester United boy, I'm a fucking Ronaldo fanboy through and through. I've always been. I said he's the reason I started supporting this club in the first place. So you're gonna get used to this. You're gonna have to get used to what I'm about to say. He's the GOAT. He's the best in the world. That finish I still think is underrated, because as much as it's a tap-in, I guarantee you 90% of the strikers, after the initial first shot, would have gave up, thrown their hands in the air, be like, oh, and they would have never followed up for that thing. And already he hasn't got like a good goal yet, besides the second goal at Newcastle. But his goals have come off because of how good he is off the ball. He's the only player. Well, actually no, I feel like him and Mason Greenwood actually are the only players I ever noticed off the ball making good runs, making good efforts. So for me, it's as simple as he's the GOAT. Yeah, he's 10 out of 10. Ronaldo comes, does his job, gets the win. Should have had
Ronaldo
2 penalties. This is Ronaldo tax.
All he has collected tax pool, and it's just boom. Shit out.
Ronaldo, you guys gotta get used to this, because I don't think even Ronaldo could stink it up. I ain't giving Ronaldo lower than an 8. I'm telling you. So 10 out of 10.
Okay, buddy. Okay, I think it's pushing it a little, but
I'm telling
this guy
you,
is
he's not getting
He's scored in every game since he's come, and he barely gets chances. You know, that just says everything, mate. And you just imagine what he could do if he got more chances. You know, like he gets 1 or 2 chances and he buries it. So, okay, there was that one howler where he should have scored, but it happens. He's human. But beside that, I think he had a good game. He scored the goal, and the hold up was, I guess, a little refreshing to see that he has the side to him. And the tricks came out here and there. So I'm gonna give him a solid 7.
I like the tricks. I can't lie. I'm a sucker for it. Even if he goes nowhere with it, I'm a sucker for it. The little step. I also even the West Ham crowds are applauding it. That's what it's just what Ronaldo does. I think people just respect him so much. It's like, it's not. We don't criticize him as much as when it's like he should have finished that because we just know this man is the most inevitable man on the planet. So. 7 for number.
Tricks were so good, the West Ham crowd forgot who they were supporting.
Yeah, but it's really good. I don't know if you've seen the first week before he played Newcastle. The Newcastle guy phoned on the Premier League fan zone, and it's like, I'm a Newcastle fan, but honestly, I don't mind if Ronaldo and United win this game. And I was like, fair enough. He's just like, I like Ronaldo so much, and I was just laughing. But it is what it is.
Mr. Football.
Yeah.
I think it's simple enough. If Ronaldo gets his goal, he walks with it. I thought Ronaldo was trying way too hard in the first half. This man tried to backheel about 5 different balls, tried to scorpion
This is
kick
Ronaldo.
him.
I'm telling you, this is Ronaldo. This is what he does.
Ronaldo took the piss against West Ham. There were quite a few chances that I think he had, and he just scuffed because of his footing, and he just tried to do something spectacular and just didn't pan out. On another day, this man's winning the Ballon d'Or, like right there and then. The season's over. He scored the best goal. He's winning the Pushkas. It's done. It's literally done. That's what happens if that goes off today. But it didn't quite work for him. He got his little tap in merchant. It's put a little bit of salt in there for everyone. Ronaldo is the true tap in merchant, and I think 7's justified. I think he definitely could have improved his overall game a little bit, but walking with the goal, much needed for us.
I will not be applying Oli tax or United tax to Ronaldo. Just no. This is showing tax. 100%.
A small thing that I think I kind of like that he does the whole hold-up thing. He's all over the pitch, but he always seems to recover and find himself in the box, and I kind of like that.
He's got bursts of pace. That's the thing. That's why he's so good. That's why his fitness is so good. He just knows how to use himself. He just knows he's a weapon, and trust me, there is no one greater to use Ronaldo than himself. It's ridiculous. You don't need a coach. He just shows he doesn't need a coach. He will do it himself if he must. If he needs to be centre back, he'll be a centre back. If he needs to be right back, he'll be a right back. Cam, striker. He gets his goal. As a fanboy, the job's done for us. He got his goal. We walk away. He done his part. So it is. And he should have had 2 penalties. Could have had a hat trick again. Could have had a hat trick. So it is what it is. He keeps scoring. He keeps getting 10s from me. I'm telling you now, if we lose a game and he scores, I'm giving him a 10. You guys just get used to it, So it is what it is. As for Mason Greenwood, now he's definitely improved. I don't think he had a good game today, but what I could say about Mason Greenwood is his overall play has drastically improved. He looks more sharp. He looks more aggressive. Like I said, today there was a point where I'm like, "Go on, Ronaldo," and then I realized it was Mason Greenwood. I was like, "Oh, that's Mason Greenwood. Nice to know." So I'm happy with the improvement. It wasn't his best game. Yeah, it wasn't his best game. He didn't get his goal. But I just think he looks good. And like I said, I love Sancho. Sancho should have played. He should be playing. But when you have Mason Greenwood, I'm not going to complain too much, If Sancho should be playing, I'm not going to complain too much because it's Mason Greenwood. But am I going to be harsh? Okay, I'll give him a 6. I was going to give him a 7, but I'll give him a 6.
Respect.
I know. I don't think there was much end product today. It was a little bit of a drop off, but not much. I think overall play, as you say, was decent, and he just looks more commanding in general. Like I think last season
you don't care that Ronaldo's next to him. He's the one player who doesn't care Ronaldo's on this team.
Like there was a part where Ronaldo was running to go, and you could have just passed it to Mason, and he didn't. And Mason got so frustrated, he's throwing his hands in the air. I'm like, okay,
that's my boy. I'm telling you,
this is my boy.
He's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
So he's a player, but today it was just okay. So I'm gonna go 5.5.
Yeah. See, this Oli tax United tax is too much, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can all agree Mason's definitely improved a lot more as just an overall player. And again, this kid's going to be world class. There's no doubt about it. He's genuinely going to be in the conversation with Haaland and Mbappe when he actually starts playing striker one day.
If he
I
didn't
don't
have
know
all
when
the
that's
tax,
going to be.
you'd already be there. You'd already be there. So
Mason Greenwood's actually insane. I think any United fan that watches him week in, week out knows that he's
to be fair,
he's
on
100%
Twitter, some rival fans they're like, I
Yeah.
hate to say it, but fucking hell, Mason Greenwood overall is ridiculously good. So
Yeah, Greenwood is something else. He literally is a mini Ronaldo. I don't know if he's quite going to reach Ronaldo levels because that's obviously a massively high bar.
yeah.
But like, let's say that's the Lewandowski levels, you know? Like, I think that's realistic for me. You know?
Maybe Fat Ronaldo.
One of the best strikers to
he
play
has-
the game at a point, you know? That's what Mason's going
I
to be
think
at a stage in his career.
he has the talent to reach Ronaldo levels. I think the question would be the work rate.
Oh, I think it's so hard to say Ronaldo level just because that's literally one of the greatest players to ever touch a football pitch on earth.
I mean,
And that's just pushing it, you know? There's a bit of United fan bias, I feel.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Do you
realistic
think-
to say he's going to be in contention. Like, maybe if he has a really good season, we could be having this conversation where it's like, is this guy actually like maybe like Ronaldo?
I'll say about the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
I said if he was in that City team right now, they'd win
Yeah,
the
he'd
league.
be scoring 20 goals a
They'd win
season.
the league, and he'd probably be competing with Ronaldo for a golden boot.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, the few chances Ronaldo missed today, I still bet my house Mason Greenwood scores that.
Yep.
The thing is, when I listened to legends talk about Ronaldo when he came onto the scene, they say that he was good, but like you couldn't really tell he was going to be so good.
Yeah,
You know, you could just see he was a talented kid. You know, and I think Mason is the same vein. You know, but I just question the.
It's Ollie.
And I don't want to say. I don't want to say. I don't want to say dedication and that, but I just wonder in comparison. He's dedicated and all that, but in comparison to Cristiano Ronaldo, I just don't think that level.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I've got no doubt in my mind that he's way more talented than Cristiano Ronaldo was at that age. But don't get it wrong. To Ronaldo to get to how he is today, it takes some other level of dedication that no one.
Greenwood's going to have a similar career trajectory as Ronaldo, though. I really do think Greenwood's going to switch over to a striker, whether that's through a transfer or whether that's through transfers happening at our club. Mason's going to switch to striker at some point, and he's going to put out Ronaldo
The only
levels.
thing I can give Ollie credit for is that like Ollie knows that Mason Greenwood is so good that even at right wing he wants to give him game time because
he's the highest scoring
that good.
teenager ever at the club history. He beat George Best's record, was it? Or was it Rooney's? I can't remember. It's one or the other.
Both of them.
But that's still insanely talented. Yeah, they were both on top of each other. He broke the record. He's definitely our best youngster that we've had come through for a while. And he needs to be in this discussion for a Golden Boy award right now. And he was nominated, if you guys didn't see it. Obviously. I think he should be one of the favourites, personally. But yeah, I thought, positives aside, Mason wasn't the best today. I think we can say that. And yeah, I think just an average performance at best.
Yeah, like I said, it's allowed. He saved us the first 3 games, so.
Yeah, he's allowed to blank every now and then.
He's 19 years old.
He's got a lot of potential. I'm not scared of one bad game.
This might be an outrageous statement, but I think the only difference between Mbappe and Mason is physicality. But I think besides that, he's just as good.
I think the only difference is
I think Mason's actually the love child between Mbappe and Haaland because he's got Haaland's insane finishing with some of the pace that Mbappe has. It's literally like just the right balance. If he plays striker in any other league in the world, he's going to match those numbers.
Let's just loan him to City. I know we'll win the league after we loan him to City, but I just want to see him shine, because he's insane.
I think Mbappe's physicality is a massive part about how good he is because the guy's massive, so he can tear through defenses. And
all these guys are ridiculous. Yeah.
So I think, and Mason has bulked up a little bit, but I think in comparison to those two, I think he's a little behind.
Yeah, but he's still younger than he's younger than Mbappe. They're about the same age. Not much.
Again, if he was given the same opportunities that were presented to those two, playing striker
that's what I said. I back it. Like if he was playing for City, we'd be like, oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, exactly.
God,
he played for Liverpool. He played
for
Leicester. Would be very scared that they're going to win the league after us. Honestly, he's that
if he gets chances, it's over. He's literally baby Ronaldo, this guy. So
yeah,
give him a chance. He's definitely bearing. Give him half a chance. I still argue he'd probably bury it.
Exactly.
So it is what it is, like I said. But today obviously he didn't even get a chance, and like I said, it's only United tax is what happens. But yeah, before we move on, Maloto, you can have your moment about certain Messi Lingard. Costed us earlier in the week, but you made up today.
It's simple. He's good enough. J-Lings strikes again. Don't
I
need to say
I'm
anything more.
happy for it.
10 out of 10.
I'm so happy. I'm even more happy now. I didn't watch the end of the game in the Champions League because it would have felt better. But today, I'm happy for him. You know what? It's almost poetic. And like I say, fair play. If he keeps doing this, fair play. Why not come off the bench? Because today I was a bit sketchy. I'm like, ish, because it was a bit 50-50. He won us one game, then he let us down. He comes on again, he wins us the game. So, fair play.
Lingard's always been a good player. I think it was just that one season where he was clearly going. I honestly think so. He was he played in the World Cup for Southgate, not this past one. It was a Southgate, but the World Cup before that, he was an integral part of the team. 1, 2, under Van Gaal, he was a big part of the team, and remember he scored in the final of the FA Cup as well. So he's always been a talent there. I just think that one season he just dropped off for a lot of reasons, honestly, and the fan base didn't help because we dead slate him. But I guess we're gonna judge players for what they do on the pitch. But I think he is definitely good enough to be on Manchester United's bench. Definitely good enough to start at West Ham, as we saw.
Yeah. Okay. Claire, you want to say anything about Messi?
No, I'm not going to have this conversation. Because he's proving his worth slowly, and I like to see it. For any United player, I want to see them proving their worth. I want to see them scoring goals, obviously. He's winning us games right now.
Yeah. Okay.
But my opinion is still that he's not good enough yet, and I want to see more.
Yeah. Can I ask this question, though? I don't want to make a debate. But who would you rather have on the bench than Lingard?
Right now, I'd rather have Ilanga.
Oh, yeah.
Ilanga, Ahmad. Easily.
You asked us this question at the beginning of the season, during preseason, remember? And
I'll take the kid.
We compare him to Bernardo Silva. I want to know who is better quality.
Bernardo Silva's 10 times better.
No, I'll still take Bernardo Silva. I'll still stand
by it. 10 times better.
2 goals is not going to change my mind, Like Ollie, 2 games not going to change my mind. Hugo, at the end of the, you do it for a season, and then let's speak, because, I've seen Bernardo Silva in that season, I haven't seen Ilanga, but I would like to see Ilanga more, because I feel like Ilanga, he does what Ilanga does. He comes on.
He's starting to do what Mata's doing. He's literally taking up a slot for a younger player that has a lot of talent and has shown their class.
And like I said, I wouldn't be opposed to letting Lingard go to West Ham, and I won't deny he'd be better at West Ham, because I want to see Langa and Hanover. I've seen what Lingard has done. He's 29 now. It is what it is.
Look, what's this? You're advocating for bringing up the youth. Sure, I get that point.
Yes.
But I think Lingard, unless we're gonna buy a world-class player to sit on our bench, like some teams might have done in the past, I think Lingard is more than.
I don't think Lingard's a world-class player that's going to sit on the bench, though. So I think that comparison.
And I'm saying unless we're going to do that. And
yes, but you're comparing Lingard to a world-class player by saying that, though, and that's unfair on a world-class player.
Bernardo Silva.
No, you are straight up saying Lingard is taking the spot of what should be a world-class player. That's the only way Lingard's off the bench in your mind, if a world-class player comes in. Therefore, Lingard is being compared to a world-class player.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That is very disrespectful to world-class players. Lingard is nowhere near that level.
He's not even top class.
I'm not saying he's not
at the moment. That's
the point I'm trying to make. I don't think he is the elite of the elite. Yes, but I don't think the elite of the elite are sitting on any bench. I don't think Mbappe. I don't think Mbappe's coming to sit on United's bench. It's never happening. He's gonna want to leave.
Yes, but again, Ilanga will do the exact same job Lingard does.
When Rashford is back, and if Oli doesn't learn anything, Sancho is going to be on the bench. And today, Lingard started to warm up before Jadon Sancho. And now, that's when I have problems with it. I'm like, in no way Lingard should be priority over someone like.
But the thing is, if Rashford is back, are you seriously considering Lingard to come back? Because Greenwood's going to be on the bench, Rashford's going to be on the bench, Sancho's going to be on the bench, maybe even Paul Pogba's going to be on the bench for that wing spot. Are you seriously considering Jesse Lingard still?
Hey, this might be outrageous, but if Jesse Lingard keeps if Jesse Lingard keeps scoring, anyone can bench except Ronaldo. Jesse Lingard keeps scoring in that front line, anyone can bench. I'm not interested because he's getting the results, and that's really at the end of the day, if you're performing, that's all that matters.
Yeah, maybe.
And those other players should live up to that standard.
I think it's just a mistake from the club. Then you shouldn't have bought Jadon Sancho if you're going to use Lingard as much. We needed a CDM. It's a big mess up.
For me, I think what should have happened is Tony Martial should have been let go. But then I
forgot about Martial. Oh my god, I hate Lingard. I actually hate Lingard. Oh my god.
True.
I think what's it called again? Ronaldo came very late. But then when you look at the whole picture, in my opinion, the odd one out at the moment is Martial. As much as I love him, I just think we just have too much talent,
Oh,
and
definitely.
he's the one I'm throwing out.
If Lingard was Italian, he would have been sold to West Ham in this transfer.
Yes. He'd have been sold to West Ham 5
And if
seasons ago.
Martial was from the academy, we'd be hyping him up like he's the next Ballon d'Or winner. That's just how it is. It's Ollie tax. It's United English tax. It's
I know you
unbelievable.
guys, but I honestly low-key feel like you guys are underestimating how good he is.
No, I think you're underestimating and disrespecting Marcus Rashford, Cavani, Tony Martial, Jadon Sancho, and Mason Greenwood. We'll have to sit on the bench and watch Jesse Lingard come take their position.
If he's scoring, yeah. If he's scoring, definitely.
No.
James.
Mason Greenwood's been scoring. Marcus Rashford's been scoring. Martial was our best player last season. Cavani scores goals. Now I'm not having it. 2 goals and not going to change my mind. He still lost us the game on midweek. Like I said, this is not changing my mind.
I get you.
Do it the whole fucking season.
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying let's never play those other guys. No, that's ridiculous. It should be down to who's getting the most end product. Let's give
but the thing
Sancho
is,
another game.
we literally don't have physical bench space right now. If we have to make cuts, Lingard is probably the first name on the list I'm cutting. Genuinely.
I get you. And I'm saying it's Tony. And as insane as that sounds, at the moment I'm saying it's Tony. Because why? I feel like he wants to be a striker. Not that he's better than Lingard, but I think he wants to be a striker. And there's too many players who want to play striker.
This is issue.
So I'm cutting Martial at the moment.
The thing is,
then
you
after
have
that,
to cut them both because Cavani and Rashford still have to walk into this team.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's late.
True. But then if we're talking about cutting, it's not gonna happen now. Let's just fast forward to next summer. The first one being cut is probably Tony and Cavani. And then after that, we ask, okay, who's getting cut? And of course, it probably has to be Lingard after that. But
genuinely, as soon as Rashford gets to fitness, who is getting the cut? Because I don't
think
Sancho
is going to get cut. I'm telling you now, Sancho is going to get cut. And I'm going to be sitting
here. And
the
bench spot is now
and
open.
I'll be reminding Moloto of my Game Week 1 match preview. And it's all leading up to this.
What I'm trying to say... Okay, let me ask this. If Lingard is playing and he's scoring mad, hypothetically, he's scoring mad, do you guys still want Jadon Sancho to play who's not getting the numbers? Let's just say Jadon Sancho is not getting the numbers and Lingard is. Do you still want Jadon Sancho to play?
I think I've seen it all with Lingard though. That's the thing. Lingard, what the heck? He's scoring goals now. But the fact that we are going to disrespect Jadon Sancho without giving him a chance is the same thing with Donny.
10 years is younger.
I'm not saying that.
Well.
You're disrespecting Jadon Sancho.
Yes.
That's what you're doing.
Give him a chance. I'm not saying don't give chance. But at the end of the day, the underlying point here is that there is no player bigger than Manchester United. 75 million, young, we don't care. Score the goals. Not even Ronaldo. As much as I might say for banter, not even Ronaldo.
I'm not even.
There's no player bigger than this. If you get the results on the pitch, you get to stay. Simple as that.
Yeah, but the problem is, Ollie doesn't do that. He doesn't believe in that. He won't give Jadon Sancho his chance then. He won't give Martial his chance. We see this already.
Yeah, no, that's also a problem.
We've seen this already. And that's the only problem I have with Lingard. Because I know Ollie is stubborn. And if this keeps up, you can kiss Jadon Sancho goodbye.
Well, I think the real reason we're getting upset here is because we're kind of thinking you're taking the stance as Ollie, not so much as yourself, if that makes sense. Because we know Ollie has his favourites. And if Lingard starts scoring, Jadon Sancho's genuinely going to chow bench. He's genuinely not going to get any game time whatsoever. He's not going to get any chances. He's going to get the Donny treatment. And none of us want that. We want to see these players flourish, and we want to see youth being prioritised at United like it always has.
Okay, I get you. But then I feel like that tag should not be in Lingard's name. I think Ollie out should then be louder,
Yeah, so Ollie out's definitely an issue right now, but it's just a case of Rashford's issue coming back to full fitness right now. I don't think Lingard should be competing for a spot anymore. I think as soon as Rashford's back fit...
I also think so. I don't want to see Lingard.
I think what happens... I think reputation does play a part. I think the 5 million price tag should give chance the opportunity to say, okay, I'm going to play you again. I'm going to play you again because I've seen that you have the potential.
Yeah.
The fact that Rashford has done so much for us,
But this is in Ollie's mind. This is in Ollie's playbook. He has his favourites, and he's going to keep on playing his favourites no matter what. And Lingard should not be a favourite.
I get you. But even with that, if Rashford comes back, he gets the opportunity, and he's just shite. For the longest time, he's just shite. If it happens like that...
Ollie's going to play him.
Ollie's still going to play him, though.
That's Ollie's boy.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. That's how we feel about Lingard, though.
That's how we feel about Lingard.
Lingard's been exceptionally consistent throughout his career. He has proven to be an inconsistent player. Right now, he is scoring. I get that. I get where you're coming from. But this man gets one opportunity to score a goal, he scores a goal. He gets one opportunity to concede a goal, we concede a goal. And it's a story of literally just a few days, more. So the inconsistency is right there.
Who's Lingard hindering at the moment? Specifically now, who is Lingard hindering?
Sancho.
Well,
I'd
say Sancho and Martial, yeah.
I'd say Sancho and Martial.
Yeah, that's
okay, fair. Martial should get a little bit of more game time, but then considering what he did at the start of the season, I don't know if he's really
what
earned
I've
it.
seen Jesse Lingard do for 2 straight seasons of shit, I think
Here's
it's
the thing.
very disrespectful.
If two players,
because what do you think? Why
two
are you not
players-
backing Martial like that then, huh? Why when Martial was flourishing, and why would you want to give Martial a chance then? You're so quick to
The
back
thing is,
Lingard.
at the moment-
It was 2 years of shit for us, but you won't give the same to Martial. I'm just saying.
the thing is, Martial did get a couple of
No, he didn't get a chance. You know what? He hasn't gotten a chance. He has not gotten a chance.
At this moment in time, with Martial having a bad season last season and Lingard having his bad season when he did have his bad season, they're in the same position, in my opinion. One might say, oh, he got 20 goals.
Yeah, and Ollie's giving Lingard the chance, though. So, it's clear as day Lingard's going to give him the chance.
One of them has to get the chance. One of them has to get the chance, you know? One of them has to get the chance. Yeah, okay, fair. He has to play. I think Caribou Cup, he has to bring Martial in. Martial has to play in the game, and that'll be his chance. And he should come off the bench more. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to one of them getting the chance, and it's going to come down to what's happening in training. And I don't back Ollie, so I won't take anything he says for gospel. But from what I heard him say in the Sky Sports interview, Jesse Lingard has been good in training, and that's why he's playing, you know?
I'm telling you.
But Ahmed was great in training to play.
If the roles are reversed, if Martial came to the academy and Lingard was Italian or French,
I would
Lingard was getting the hook.
I would be there, yeah.
I think that's the only reason Jesse's getting his chance.
The underlying
He's an English
point-
lad, is from the academy, and is laugh in the dressing room. And that's his
Obviously okay to have your own opinion and pick which side you're on, but like genuinely the English tax is real, especially in Ollie's mind, especially in English football's mind in general.
Mm-hmm. Nobody cares about
That's a fair
Martial,
point.
and I care about Martial, so I will
They've
back
not been
Martial.
for 3 seasons in a row basically, and then having an okay season, I would say, because a lot of those I felt were, I don't know how to say, moments
like
of
I said,
brilliance.
if Lingard didn't score that goal today, I'm giving him a 0 with Ollie. I'll give
Yeah.
him a 0.
The question is,
I would as well.
because I know he offers nothing.
they both deserve opportunity, but why is Martial oriented? Why does Martial deserve more opportunity
Player
than
of
Lingard?
the season when we needed him the most.
Younger, and he's shown more potential. He's shown more of what he can do. Lingard has never scored 30
Yeah,
goals
but-
in a season. Lingard has never gotten close to double digits, never mind 30 goals.
Yeah, but then all of this will be subjective arguments that are all valid. You know, so at the end of the day,
Yes,
one of them
again,
will
the
just get the
opinion's
chance.
fine. Everybody's got their own opinion on it, but I'm just saying that the English tax is really real in Ollie's mind and English football in general.
Ollie
'Cause if
won't
Lingard
balance-
wasn't-
at the end of the
it was
day, if Ollie
exhausting,
knew how
man.
to fucking rotate,
That's
we wouldn't
serious.
have this problem. We wouldn't
Yep.
have this problem, you know? If Ollie knew how to rotate.
You can't
Because-
rotate now.
No, you can't.
Even Pep couldn't rotate this team, in my opinion. We're too much. It's just too much at the moment. It's ridiculous.
Maybe, but I don't know. Lingard for me is definitely last in the picking order.
Yes.
And that's just my opinion.
Lingard
He's
should be lost in the tax
picking
selection.
order. Yeah. So it is what it is. I don't know Mata Lingard, but yeah, it is what it is. But it's all this man's fault. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. You brought a Lingard, he's got a goal. That's the only point you're getting today. One. Other than that, it was shite. I wish you got fired. That's all I can say. Really.
Yeah, like I'm not even gonna go on a rant anymore. Same
The show
thing.
is long as well.
make-
It's like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to Lingard conversation,
friends-
because I knew we'd push people.
If Fred started, the tactics were horrible.
Yeah.
Substitutions. Okay, I agreed with the first two, and then Matic came. And then I'm not even gonna give him a 1. He gets a 0. I'm tired of this.
Never mind.
Okay, we break.
I'm tired of this manager.
Manager 101, Ali, we're here for your course. Oh.
No.
Okay, Ali needs to take managing 101 because honestly, he has no clue about tactics. We're seeing him more and more every game. He's genuinely just a motivational speaker. I don't want him to be more than that at this club. He can be the assistant manager and handle all the team talks he wants. Just bring in a damn tactician. Okay, because we struggled because of that. We had no clue how to break down West Ham.
Yep.
No clue on earth how to break down West Ham. We struggled for 90 plus minutes. We did not have the right person on the right places, especially with Paul Pogba playing so narrow. Things like that really hinder a team trying to go up against a team that is very defensive heavy right now. When you're playing an attacking team, you're going to play defensive. It's simple. And all that we did was try beat a man on the wing and try cross it in. That was the extent of the penetration we put in. And then another long shot, basically a great ball from Bruno. And yeah, there's a tap in. There's a tap in for Ronaldo. He's never missing that. He's scored two of them already this season.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Ali, you need some serious help because those were two extreme moments of individual brilliance. I can't. The ones just no.
Yeah. So 1.
Yeah, I'll agree with it. So
Yeah. Ali. Like I said,
you can't really blame something you
actually,
did right
it's
there.
so good at how bad he is. It's like it's something special we're witnessing.
Ali luck's real.
The luck, how you can be bad, so bad tactically, and still shithouse your way into a job. It's unbelievable. I must applaud it. I wish I could be Ali. Because I probably don't have the coaching badges like Oli or whatever. You know, I might not be the greatest tactician as much as I can sit here and tell you guys I am.
But you tell the boys
But
to express
I
themselves
applaud
with
on
you.
it. Just like I applaud Phil Jones. How they get paid hundreds and thousands of pounds a week for shit is unbelievable. they clock like they are the actual geniuses here. So it is what it is. We play West Ham again, so on Wednesday in the cup game. So match preview tomorrow. Once again, the games are coming thick and fast. So
Moyes revenge. Be ready.
yeah, Moyes revenge. So anyways, it's been a long show. If you stuck throughout the whole end, you're a champion. Smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and we'll check you all tomorrow for another West Ham match preview. Hopefully, where they don't have a referee on their side. But yeah, I'll check you then.